So, King of Cups. Now, cups are emotions. Kings are usually someone over 40 or of great wisdom. Water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I'm feeling this is like a father figure. So there's a little energy that needs your attention with either a father figure or a wise person or a senior person in your world, Aquarius. Somebody needs a little bit of attention. The cups are lighting up here too, so there's some emotional triggers on this, and it also looks like there is some kind of communication that must be made between you and a senior member, either of your family or in your awareness, just a senior person. Either they need a little help or you need some clarity, but there's something in the midst that needs to be resolved with a more mature person in the family or in your awareness. What crosses you is the Magician. Now, the magic, this is the magic man. So it's time to get in touch with your magic, which you have been getting in touch with a little bit more and more and more. Every time I throw for an Aquarius, you're coming into your own. You're coming into your magic. You're trusting your magic a little bit more. And so this is the spiritual level. This is on the physical level. So what crosses you is your spiritual level. So you have to address something on a physical level that will challenge your spiritual level. But also speaking your truth. This karma is coming out here for me. This infinity sign is coming out. So it's more and more trusting your own intuition, trusting the God of your heart, and trusting your truth over what other people are presenting. But now it's time to really jump into your magic, start creating things and manifesting on a physical level. It looks like part of the disconnect for you, Aquarius, is taking something from your head and manifesting it into the physical world. That is something that is a challenge for you, but it is something that you are working on. And you will, the more you do it, the better it will be, and the more confidence you will have in your own abilities and your own magic. So continue on. What is above you is the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles can stand for money, but this particular card stands for getting some information. Can stand for going back to school. It can stand for collecting your information before you make a decision. But it looks like there may be a possibility of taking a class or collecting information of some kind. But yeah, going back to school for many of you, it will be going back to school at the beginning of the year. But there's looks like you're contemplating making a change on how you get your information and continuing your education, continuing to improve on your skills. So that is what's lighting up for me here, is gaining more information in the current position that you're in, just advancing, opening up your advancement a little bit, going back to school, but doing what it takes to go to the next level of whatever your skill is. So I encourage you to do that. The Sun is something that is in the past position. Sun are new beginnings. The Sun actually is lighting up for me. It feels like you've got clarity over something. Could be with a relationship space, but it could be a little bit more on how you communicate, or how you heal yourself, how you heal others. But really, the Sun is new beginnings, putting out, and it's part of manifesting, part of your magic. It's right there. So you are figuring out how to take those great ideas from your head and manifest them into the actual physical world of the planet that we're on, collecting information on how to do that. But it looks like somewhere along the line, you had these ideas and then took a left turn to a new idea. So this is representation of the new idea. It looks like you may need to communicate and get some help, or consider getting a partner to create this or to manifest this into the world. But it feels like it is either a new offering of some kind, a new job, or something you like to do as a hobby, and making that into something that creates finances for you. But it's taking something you love and putting it out there in the world, and actually making either additional living or shifting your living to this idea. Is a great idea. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But there are people just waiting in the wings, whether it's asking for financial help or just advice on how to create this. But there's help waiting in the wings for you to help you manifest this. You've healed yourself from a lot of, it looks like, past life childhood traumas. This baby is lighting up for me, and the healing orange is lighting up for me also. So you have released a lot of fears and a lot of pains that have kind of held you stagnant and held you in this state of non-motion, or just going through the motions of the daily. But it looks like with this last piece of the puzzle that you were able to find or release, that it has opened up a whole new set of circumstances and people and possibilities. So the possibilities are really endless with the sun. And you've already started that motion, so continue it. And it is right next to the magic man. So getting in touch with your magic, and getting in touch with the truth of your heart, and having certainty about it, really putting that self-doubt down. That gets in the way of the motion in your life and moving it from the head space into the manifestation space. So put down those fears and just do it anyway. Do it anyway, Aquarius. Now, the Knight of Swords, that is someone usually under 30 or around 30, and it can be someone that is an air sign. So that is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This could be representation of you, Aquarius. It kind of feels like it's a representation of you. It looks like you had to really go down and visit some of the deep, dark uglies that you've ignored or only halfway healed through your lifetime, that you really had to go deep down and search in your soul deep down on where you were stuck. And it looks like that's what you're doing right now, really looking and evaluating what behaviors, what habits, what this lifetime experiences. Use those lifetime experiences, what has worked and what hasn't, and continue the release of the behaviors, the kind of, what I'm feeling is the knee-jerk reaction stuff that a lot of air signs have, to just reacting to things instead of really truly thinking about it, figuring it out in your head, what worked and what doesn't, what is important, what isn't. Not reevaluating what has been said, but truly accepting what has been said and then making a decision from there. You guys are so intelligent that you go into your head and kind of recreate the communication in your head, and it turns out a little bit more like operator. It's not truly what that person said. It has been reconfigured in your head. So really look at the situation as it truly is, resolve from that place, and really start healing yourself from kind of that reactionary part of you that you're trying to really let go. And you're doing a great job at it. It is a slow process, so be patient, loving, and kind to yourself, and realize you will get there. You will get there. You are noticing when the old way of reacting comes up, and being able to think about it a little bit, spending some time in your head and really searching for the right words and the right resolution. The abundance card is right here. This is the Nine of Cups. So some emotional, as you release some emotional things, you're more and more able to look at your abundance and what you can give to yourself, what you can give to others, and how to take it again from the head and create it into the earth plane. This is the abundance. This is also can stand for inheritance. So it is in the future position. So Aquarius, there may be an inheritance coming towards you. But I'm feeling this is more on the line of when you get this stuff in line, using your magic, you will be able to create your own abundance with a little less effort. It looks like you've been kind of in an effort space on creating money for the last couple of years. It looks like I'm seeing 3 to 5 years. It's been very challenging financially for you, Aquarius, but that is shifting. That is shifting into being more open, being more easily readily available for you. And it looks like you have changed some of your priorities on either saving or spending. So that will shift in your abundance space too. When we really look at what is truly necessary in our life and what is just kind of fluff and what we can live without, it affords us the ability to save for those big projects. And it looks like you have a lot of things. You have just redone your bucket list. There's a lot of things, whether it is moving towards retirement, whether it is getting that dream job, asking that man or woman out, but really changing your own reality, and you are ready for it. You have stepped into the role of being responsible for yourself, stepped into the role of making some changes for yourself, not just waiting for it to happen. And I know that was happening about 2 months ago for you, but really taking that wonderful ideas. You guys have so many wonderful, fruitful ideas. It's just moving it from the head into the planetary space and creating the money to make that abundance happen. That is right on your horizon. So do not give up. Do not give up, sweet Aquarius. It's right there, and it's just needs a couple of more tweaking, and you'll be into the abundance zone. But also for many of you, it may be inheritance. Okay, what the basis of all this is the Tower. Tower is lessons through destruction. So you've been shown over and over and over, Aquarius, what works and what doesn't. And when you slip back into the old habits, the knee-jerk reaction stuff, you guys kind of swallow a lot of stuff. You swallow your words, you swallow your emotions until it just comes bubbling up to the surface and it just explodes. So I encourage you to speak your truth with love and kindness. Resolve what you can. If you know something is a problem, start working on changing it now, because once we move into the new year, the Tower most definitely will erupt. If you haven't dealt with the things that you need to deal with, that you absolutely know you must deal with, or that you must communicate that you are dealing with. It looks like it may involve more of your love space, either your lover, your husband, your wife, but there are some changes that were agreed upon, some things coming up that you really need to do. You accepted those responsibilities, so please push past those fears, beautiful Aquarius, and make those changes before they explode. Only looks like 1 or 2 things, but you've been really working on changing behaviors, changing how you react to things before you think about it. So put all those lessons into good use and go for it. Page of Pentacles. Pages can be messages. Pentacles are money, energy, education. It can stand for a child. It's usually a young child, someone under 18. Pentacles are earth signs. That's Capricorn, Tauruses, or Virgos. It is right next to the Tower, though. So it may be a message of something that you knew you had to deal with, but you didn't. I don't see the legal sign here, so I think that's okay. but it's something to do either with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or a message from Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus that has kind of some devastating results if you ignore it. And it may, for those of us that do have earth sign children, you may want to check in with them, make sure everything's going smoothly and that they're doing what they need to do. But it is something on the bigger scale if ignored. Totally resolvable if you catch it in time. It doesn't have to be an emergency, and it doesn't have to change your world either. So you're seeing the signs now. Get a jump on it. Communicate, lovely Aquarius, to whom you need to. And it looks like it will be resolvable. But some messages are coming around a situation that you need to deal with. The Nine of Wands here, that's a great card. It's one of self-reflection and really looking at the things that bring you happiness and things that are drudgery, things that are just habitual that you've been doing all your life, but really aren't bringing much joy. They're not paying off in any way. It's just something habitual that you've been doing. So it's time to really look at the things in your life, things that worked, save the things that are continuing on the road to healing, and really let the things go that aren't working for you anymore. And this is a 9. So a 9 is one step away from completion. This is something that looks like you've been doing throughout the year, Aquarius. It really kicked in another about a month or so ago. And this is kind of like finishing up that transition of really letting go of the people, places, things that don't work for you, including jobs, behaviors, habits, addictions, how you relate to people. So it's a lot of, you're looking at the big picture. So the full Monty is being really looked at, and you're almost done. You're almost done, and you're really ready to start filling in the places that you have released all this energy. Start filling in all the places with new information and new skills. So letting go of the things that don't work for you, the people that don't work for you anymore, the houses, the jobs. So you are looking at the big picture, and you're really switching into a new part of your life, one of abundance, one of joy, one of bliss that is not such the daily struggle. And a lot of that, I'm really sorry, Aquarius, a lot of the daily struggle has been self-prophesied. It has been a lot of the fears that you have put so much energy into, they have been manifested. Well, you're learning how to manifest the positive now and to release the fears and release all that. And not impose so many rules on yourself that don't give you pleasure. They really don't give you pleasure. So you're really in a huge transition right now, Aquarius, and it's one to a more positive. It's really one to a light your load a little bit. Don't create so many rules for yourself that aren't necessary and they don't bring you joy or accomplishment. So you've been doing that for a while, and it looks like it's the tail end of really the releasing. And start living your life more in a positive mindset instead of a worry set. The Knight of Pentacles is here. You have a lot of pentacles, so you have a lot of movement here. You have a reevaluation of money here, collecting more information to make more money, or reevaluating your money, saving it. So there's a lot of money cards here, prioritizing with money, and not saving people with money, things like that. But the Knight of Pentacles is here, and Pentacles also is an earth. That's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. That's taking a look at things, not being afraid to be brave. Knights of Pentacles are pretty brave. They're pretty realistic. They put things out in the world And it's time to heal yourself a little bit from some of the trappings of the behaviors from the past that don't work for you anymore. Taking a leap of faith, really taking a leap of faith and being brave, Aquarius, and making those changes. You've got it all figured out. You really do have it all figured out in your mind. So putting it forth into the earth plane. But be brave, be a knight, and jump in there. And if it doesn't work, you can always go a different direction. The 10 of Pentacles is here. You have been working on family relationships. You have been working at bringing joy into the home and organizing things and speaking your truth. So you're right there. And it looks like December is going to be one of great love, great fun, just enjoying the simple pleasures, rearranging the furniture, if you will, doing some of those little things around the house that bring great joy to you and make it more easy and comfortable for the rest of the family. So it looks like just continuing on that. And also I'm feeling multi-generation connections. So it's the beauty of the holidays for us folks in the United States. It's a time where we remember our kindness, and it's more the same for you. Very humbling for you. And as you minimize the importance of things in your life, you're finding more and more bliss and more joy around your family and your friends and getting out there in the world, not hiding away and thinking about things so much, but really putting them into action and spending that time, energy, money on the people and places that you really love, that you really care about. So here is the 2. Looks like saving for travels, really kind of figuring out what your next step is. But I'm feeling travel in, giving up some things in life to save for travel and opening up the world. The keys down here and the flowers are lighting up for me. So you're really blooming. You're really blooming on and allowed yourself a little less restrictions in your life. And as you put down the unnecessary things that you've kind of put on yourself, you will be able to have more clarity on what is available to you. But this really feels like saving for a big trip or visiting the world, letting go of some things that you thought were really important so you can reallocate money, time, effort into the bigger things in your life, the bigger things. And I'm really feeling travel over the ocean. I'm not sure if it's by the ocean, but I feel like it's over the ocean. And I'm seeing the continent of Europe flash in front of me. So for many of you, it may be a European vacation or visiting family in Europe or something like that has to do with Europe. But I'm feeling that very strongly. And the water's lighting up. And it feels like a great distance, travel with great distance, but it's not something that will manifest right away. It's something that you will reallocate for and create. So that is a reading for December, beautiful Aquariums. I am going to throw a couple of these chakra cards for you. That one is being insistent. Oh, look at that. Joy. Joy. So getting back to your own bliss and your own joy and letting go of some things, letting go of some friends, letting go of some situations, even some of the self-imposed things on you. It's bittersweet. It's things that you have enjoyed but no longer bring you a smile anymore. Letting it go is kind of bittersweet. But really finding your happiness, finding your bliss, letting go of some of the self-imposed rules will really allow you a little bit more bliss, a little bit more joy, and to really experience the present time more. So what you're really moving past is kind of some of the anxiety of having or anxiety, depression, negative thought patterns when you're too much in the past or you're too much in the future. So it looks like really being present, really being here and now is going to help you to embrace that present time joy. But know that there will be some bittersweet. There will be some bittersweet as we let some things go and remember the fondness of the situation or the person.